So did you get the main things you wanted out of this game, being the last non-conference game?
Consistently, I would say no. I didn't think we consistently defended the way we should have. We let them shoot too many threes. Valor does a great job. They play tremendous pace. They have guards who can really shoot it. It's a guards game when you play against them. And I think we let them have too many threes. They didn't make them, but to attempt 28 threes, it's just way too many going into conference play. One of the things I do think we did a great job of was dominating the paint. That was the area that we knew we had a size advantage and we wanted to establish ourselves inside, and I think we did that by rebounding the basketball. Missed a few chippies, but stayed with it and really dominated in the paint, shared the ball well. So yes and no, but I think we could have been better in some areas.
What are some of the lessons that you hope they've taken away from non-con?
Well, I think you've got to always try to make opponents go to plan B. And I'm not sure we really did that tonight. They just missed some shots. Some of that has something to do with our defense, obviously. We defended at a high level, but they were still able to get the looks that they wanted. And when you play against teams in our conference, you're going to pay for that. And so hopefully we've learned some things from that. I think offensively we did some good things that we worked on after the break. And so we learned some good things from that as well, some things we put in, some tweaks we've made. But we've got to be better locked in. We can't let people get to what they want.
What about Barker today? Seemed like she was took what they gave him, so to speak, from the field. Looked like she had a pretty smooth ball game.
She did. I think she was pretty settled. You know, she's, for the most part, in all the games she's played, she hasn't really tried to force. She's gone out there, she's rebounded, she's tried to defend, she's doing what we ask her to do, and she takes what the defense gives her. She knows that she's going to get her touches, and so she's not searching, you know, for the basketball. And she just has a pretty smooth game overall.
So what's the main thing you're going to be doing now? Is it focused totally on Georgia? I mean, it's like you feel you're good where you're at, and now it's just focusing, like you said before, practice, game, scout, go.
Yeah, we're in it now. I mean, we'll be off tomorrow, and then we'll be prep game. This is what it is. We don't have a few major things figured out now. We're in trouble, and so obviously you tweak and you grow and you adjust as the season goes on. But the staples of who we are in place.
Ask Barker and Lauren just about your learning to win mentality that you kind of talked about earlier in the season. They kind of said they yes and no did learn how to win. Just what can you say about that?
Say it again.
Just when I talked to Barker and Lauren, the learning to win thing that you wanted to harp on throughout the season. When I asked them, they said they feel like they did learn how to win and then also didn't in some ways. Just what can you say about that?
Well, I think this game is a great example of it. I mean, have we learned how to win games? Yes. I still think there's ways to close games out, and today is an example of not closing the game out the way we should have. And so that comes down to discipline, and that comes down to being focused and being locked in and not worrying about what the score is or who the opponent is, but understanding what you're playing for and what you're getting yourself prepared for, what's coming down the road. But I do think that this team has grown a ton. You know, you're talking about a team who won 5 games last year and 2 conference games. And so there's a lot of things that we've had to learn, and we have learned those things, and we're still going to learn things as the conference season goes on. It's a whole new season come Thursday.
What was the adjustment like after the first quarter, being able to adjust to their pace a little bit better? What was kind of the message to the team that allowed you all to hold them to 7 points in the second quarter?
Yeah, I think part of it was adjusting to their pace. They play extremely fast. And I think the other part was we were just, again, they were driving us down the lane. We were fouling, and those were 2 things we said we didn't want to happen, no penetration and no fouls. And so once we sat down and guarded and took away their first option, it made it pretty difficult for them to score.
7 or how many rebounds? Quite a 71 or 78 was the second best in program history. Just what can you say about the effort on the glass?
I thought a lot of it was our own misses. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We missed a ton at the rim. And again, I see that, and I see 71 rebounds, but I see those are points that we're going to need in conference play. We can't miss those type of chippies around the rim. So call me picky, call me whatever you want, not satisfied, but we have those many rebounds because we missed point blank shots at the rim.